So come on in. Into the lion's den. Okay, everyone, listen up. It's not every day that we have a new member joining our happy team here in accounts. This is Kyle. Stella's asked me to do the intro, so say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
This is Debbie, that's Pete, Karen over there, Ian in the corner, and Mohammed.
Oh, have you told him about our little tradition, Dave?
Ah, yes. Bit of bad news, I'm afraid, mate. First day, new trainee. You have to buy the first 2 rounds in the pub. Tonight. That is assuming you do drink.
Yeah, I've been known to have 1 or 2.
We had to let Mohammed off that one on religious grounds. Anyway, let's get you settled in.
I suppose my religion does set me apart from the others. I get comments about me not drinking and smoking the whole time.
We all have a laugh. We know when to do our work, but we get on really well.
It's been going on since I first started, and I thought, let people just get it out of their systems, and it'll stop once they get to know me. But it hasn't stopped, and that's really getting me down. OK, if you open up the form, you'll see that it automatically updates with the next number in the sequence.
Dave, have you got those RB11s yet?
Oh, yeah, they're here. Just need Mohammed to complete his sections and they're done.
OK, well, can you make sure I get them by the end of the day, please?
No
Cheers.
problem. These are ready for you.
Yeah, I'll do them in a moment.
Well, Stella wants them.
Yeah, I know, by the end of the day.
Prayer time again, I suppose.
I'm not going for a fag, that's for sure.
He spends more time praying than he does at his desk.
I pray 5 times every day, which means about twice at work. I can't get to the mosque, so there's a separate space here at work that I can use. It's only small, but it's all I need.
I know what a conscientious worker Mohammed is. I think some of the others do resent him for taking time out to pray, but he makes up that time.
Well, I've got no problem at all with him praying. What does annoy me is that he's allowed to do it during work time. He's off doing whatever he does behind that screen while the rest of us are hard at work.
He does take a lot of time off for his religious holidays. I've nothing against him taking leave, but well, when we're busy, the rest of us have to cover for him.
I'm not supposed to say this, but at the end of the day, this is a Christian country. So if you live here, you should just accept the way we do things and get on with it.
Mohammed seems like a decent guy. I mean, he's religious, but that's fine. I think personally, if I was religious, I wouldn't bring it into work like that, but he does it, and it doesn't bother me.
I saw Mohammed in the gents earlier. He's washing his feet in the hand basin.
Yeah, he always does that before he prays. Pretty gross, isn't it?
You'll have to get used to Mohammed's funny little ways. Like, if you bring in any food, make sure you don't put it in his part of the fridge. He gets really annoyed.
Apparently everyone else's food is unclean.
He's very religious, our Mohammed.
Yeah, just don't get in the lift with him when he's got his rucksack on.
What was that, Dave?
What? Nothing.
No, what are you saying? My religion forbids killing people.
That's reassuring.
Anyway, as we're all together, why don't we work out what we're going to cover on the away day?
Yeah, let's,
Mohammed?
When he first started here, he showed good potential. If I'm honest, over the past few months, he's sort of gone off the boil a bit, and I just know he's not as focused as he used to be, and I've chatted to him about it, and he said that he's finding it difficult to concentrate on his work. Some inappropriate remarks have been made.
I was pretty shocked, actually. I think what Dave said was out of order. I just felt really bad for Mohammed, you know?
When I try to explain to my colleagues how things really are, they're just not interested.
It's only a bit fun, nothing malicious in it, but Mohammed doesn't seem to see it that way.
They say it's a joke. Well, it's a sick joke. A very sick joke. How can I feel part of a team when people treat me like that?
It's a tricky situation. We've sorted out space for him to pray. We've given him a separate shelf in the fridge for his halal food, and I just don't know what else I can do for him.
I'm not one to go running off complaining about people. I prefer to sort things out myself. But my manager's not satisfied with my performance, and that's because my mind's not 100% on my work. I just tell her what's been going on. Only now I'm worried what's going to happen if people find out that I've been talking about them. It's a nightmare.
That is an example of unlawful harassment. Mohammed was finding the sort of responses from his colleagues offensive, which is hardly surprising. And particularly in the tone of mockery in relation to the religious observances that he was carrying out, which was very modest, and he wasn't making a great issue of it in the workplace. He was just discreetly going off and carrying out his prayers, and there's no reason why anyone should have found cause to make comments or pass comments about it.
It's clear that Mohammed is the first person in that setup who's come with a different set of beliefs and practices and religious needs.
He does take a lot of time off for his religious holidays. I mean, I've nothing against him taking leave, but well, when we're busy, the rest of us have to cover for him.
What I assume is happening there is that Mohammed is booking holidays to coincide with religious holidays. He has the same holiday entitlement as anyone else, but the perception, presumably the incorrect perception of his colleagues, is that he's taking additional time.
He's very religious, our Mohammed.
Yeah, just don't get in the lift with him when he's got his rucksack on.
The comment about the rucksack, presumably making reference to bombings, that's something we've seen quite a lot of, that there is this assumption about Muslims being associated with violence, which is utterly not justified, and that's a very offensive example of harassment, and clearly Mohammed in the video did find it so.
In the scenario where Kyle sees Mohammed washing his feet, Kyle could have asked Mohammed directly about what he's involved with rather than going to someone else in the team.
We've sorted out space for him to pray. We've given him a separate shelf in the fridge for his halal food, and I just don't know what else I can do for him.
The manager has, in a sense, done the very limited amount that she needed to do to accommodate Mohammed's faith, but she's not really understanding how it is for him as a human being, and faith is a very sensitive issue that goes very deep in a human being, and people without faith sometimes don't always realise that, and also people from a different cultural background.
My manager's not satisfied with my performance, and that's because my mind's not 100% on my work. I just tell her what's been going on. Only now I'm worried what's going to happen if people find out that I've been talking about them. It's a nightmare.
If Mohammed makes a complaint that he's being harassed and finds these sorts of comments offensive, then he's got the right not to be treated less favourably as a consequence of that. Therefore, if he's disciplined or avoided or treated less favourably, that would be unlawful victimisation.
If people are not happy in the workplace, then their productivity will go down. And for the time that they're there, they're not producing to their full potential, and that's a loss to the workplace.
To maintain the integrity of your faith in that kind of situation, under that kind of pressure and that kind of rejection, takes a tremendous amount of inner strength and courage, and actually those qualities may be of great benefit to that woman and her team.